Welcome everyone to the tier list of patch 8.03. This is the patch where the Holy Avenger and the Sovereign came into the game, and sadly the tier list has not been updated yet, so later on I will show you my editing skills and position it within the tier list. I hope I can do that. I should be able to. This is the tier list from last patch. Actually, I think it's 2 patches ago. I didn't do a tier list last patch because it was only there for a very short time. I managed to play some games right now. I might not be able to say the perfect tier list yet because I did not play too much lately, but I will give you a first impression of what will change in this tier list and why that does change. So we want to start with the most obvious change. I think everyone already realized that there's one unit that is outstanding at the moment, and this unit is the Great Boar. It was outstanding before. There was no changes, no buffs to it. It was just general. People got more into it, people played it more. I think it was actually probably S tier before as well. I just didn't want to overrate it, to be honest, to abuse it a little bit. But I can be honest now and say that it seems to be the S plus tier, which is the Great Boar at the moment, and just snowballing everything. Next on, we had some changes to the Harpy and the Sky Queen. This is the reason why they will drop, and they will actually drop quite a bit. And for me, they actually dropped towards the end of A. I think they're in a good spot now. They're still fine if you have a good setup, but they're not anywhere close to what they've been. The same will happen for some other units. Like, we're gonna shift the antler a little bit more back. The Zeus is a little bit there. As you know, it's roundabout how I see them within the tier itself, but only focus on the first few and the last few. It is important to note once again, Exec is only in S tier because of the full surviving egg opener. Otherwise, Exec would probably be B tier for me. Graal is in S tier because of the sellability for a tier 6 unit. We have Serpent being S tier unit because it can snipe ranged units, and the Angler because it's just very broken. Apart from that, I personally feel like in A tier there won't be a lot changing. So we can continue towards the B tier. And there's actually a lot of units that will more or less stay the same. I really feel like at the moment the balance in total is on a very good spot. We didn't have too many changes lately. We did not need too many drastical changes, which is really great. The thing is, once again, you have to differ in a few cases. For example, the Ranger here. I think Daphne are a really good unit if you have a nice comp with it. It could be APS, it could be Zeus. All for the late game, Daphnes are going to be really amazing. But the Ranger itself, for example, is a really trash unit. And if you would rate a Ranger, it would probably be C or even D tier. So sometimes upgrades are good and the base units are really bad, or the other way around. This is why I usually explain a lot in the tier lists about the stuff I'm doing, or why I rate it at a position. But in this tier list video, we want to especially have a look at changes that have been made, and so far we have S and A tier that are pretty much the same. I even would say the Elite Archer has to go a little bit down, towards the middle a little bit more. Just due to the fact that Boar is that dominant at the moment, and Elite Archer and Boar is not working that perfect with each other. We had some small buffs on the Halo again. I still think it is in a really nice spot. I still think it is balanced, and it is a very strong unit for wave 10, for example. For wave 13, I really do like it in those cases. Shredding down big units with the ramp up damage is really insane. Some adjustments we have to do to the Disciple, because we had this Disciple in C tier, especially due to the fact that it was a really weak base unit, but the Star Caller was an insane aura. Since the Cyber got buffed twice in a row now, I really would say it's got to be higher rated. It's probably going to be like somewhere top of B, like balanced, but yeah, showing some upgrades, definitely worth it. And what has to be changed as well is the honey flower. We will not move the honey flower by a lot. It will just rise a little bit into the C tier. Actually, yeah, maybe like this. Rise a little bit into the C tier. You have a very strong opening chance, especially with Aqua. Honeyflower Aqua can cover you pretty much in the early game and let you hard push in the first 4 waves. And if you're smart enough and you don't go for an AoE build afterwards, besides you have boars and go for it like after 10, you had a very nice kickstart, and then you're just relaxing a little bit on this start. We have to put the Badger a little bit down. It is still a very nice tank, but the Badger just doesn't feel that strong at the moment anymore, same as the Berserker. I think I'm unsure about the Berserker actually. Like, it got nerfed twice in a row. It is still a very nice Swift tank. For 10 it's nice. The opener is still fine, but I actually would say it's balanced, even though I just said before it's 8 years complete. I think it is pretty much balanced. While I look through those units, I don't really see anything else I would change at the moment. We obviously had some adjustments to the Chain Fist. It now leaks, or it now can leak to a snail on 1. I don't know if it's 100%, but I've seen it leaks 3 creeps already. So be aware of that fact. But it's still a decent opener. The attack speed buff is almost compensating the HP nerf. Obviously a little bit more HP would help, especially with the passive, because you want to drop some HP to finally unleash it. I think overall this tier list should stand like this. If you have specific questions about units, you can always ask in the comments, but now I would place it in the middle of the A tier. It feels strong with certain comps, especially with the Butcher at the moment, but overall that is not like the best unit with any aura. It has synergies with every aura, but it's not like perfect with every aura. Butcher and other lifesteal seems insane, like for real. I've seen clutches you don't wanna have in your game. So I'm gonna place it somewhere in the middle of A tier. I probably will just put it over the gargoyle and then put the gargoyle at the very back. I know it's not perfect, but it's the best I can do, I guess. It's a very strong unit. In theory, you can buff it with any aura because it has synergies with all of it. The best so far has been the Butcher and especially the Head Chef for insane life regeneration. You just have to keep it alive, and as soon as it has the AoE damage unlocked, it's gonna deal insane amounts of damage. It can snipe long range units with the AoE damage because the range is that insane. And on top of this, you have damage reduction, so you will lose less damage but regenerate the full amount of damage dealt, which is insane for the unit. It can really clutch hold a lot of waves, especially in the late game when you upgrade it to the Sovereign. So try out the new unit with the Butcher. You won't be sad about it. I hope you enjoyed the tier list. I wish you a wonderful time. Good luck in your Legion games, and bye bye.